Hi everyone, it's me again. Finally, I know it's been a long wait to review the chapter that came out from My Hero Academia. I'm sorry for the delay, as I explained in my other video. Unfortunately, I'm going back to school this week, so things got mixed up during out the week. Also, I had to work, and so I gotta organize myself better because I had to go to work, I have to do this, and also I had to put a huge effort for my physics class, which I am a little excited about it, but at the same time not, because I hate physics, and when you don't like a subject, it just makes it even more difficult. But anyway, I read the chapter a couple of days ago, and I've been excited to talk about this chapter. Even the name of the chapter, it's called Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite, and it basically kind of focuses on Bakugo. Well, honestly, it does focus on Bakugo by a lot, because he does something I never would have imagined he was ever gonna do, and this whole chapter shattered me, and it was such a beautiful chapter, and honestly it's one of my top favorite ones, because as you know, all the chapters currently right now from My Hero Academia have been pretty sad, tragic, and on the like these last two chapters, we saw Class 1A fighting Deku to try to get him to understand that you can't bear all this weight all by yourself, and it's not healthy. And it's true, Deku like literally forgot almost the essence of what he said, what it meant to be a hero, and Ida's words of like butting it into people's business is what make the essence of a true hero. And Ida, using Deku's words against him, finally cracked that thick wall he built to keep people out, just because he was just so traumatized because of All For One's words that you're next. He changed the meaning of them, but this chapter was just so phenomenal. But also there's still some questions left, but anyway, let's begin reviewing this chapter. So the chapter begins, as I said before, Ida using Deku's words against him. Deku's like, he can't fight it off, he doesn't have any more strength, and it could be interpreted in both ways. One, he's just so exhausted, and two, mentally exhausted. He just doesn't have the strength to break out, to let go of Ida's hands, because deep down he really wants kind of like someone to save him. So as both Deku and Ida fall down, Kirishima catches them, like, so that's pretty good, and it looks pretty cool. We see Uraraka saying her release, and both Deku and Ida fall down, and Kirishima catches them. And Kirishima tells Deku that he heard the story of a kid that saved someone from a sludge villain, and he's like, it was you. And it's like, wow, it literally takes you back from the beginning of My Hero Academia. So we see all the classmates gathering up together. We see Mina that she doesn't want to lose anyone else, and I guess this reminds Mina of Midnight's death. As you know, Midnight was killed, and Mina was like literally right there, and I guess it really left an impact on her. We then see an exhausted Deku telling them like, look, I would love to be with you guys, but it's just impossible. He says that the danger is too great, there's way too many people at UA, it's just not gonna be the same anymore. And this is my favorite part of the chapter. The conversation between Deku and Bakugo is just so, it's like literally like the spotlight of what made this chapter so great. Deku tells him like, remember what I said when Shigaraki attacked him? Deku is like, he can't remember what he said. And remember, Bakugo told me, don't play hero by yourself. And Bakugo tells Deku that after he told him that, he explains his reasons why he was being such a mean person to Deku. He kind of like was afraid of Deku. Even though Deku was quirkless and Bakugo was one with an, like, literally blessed with a good quirk, he just felt that Deku was way ahead of him, and he hated that. I mean, Bakugo hoped that because the way he bullied him, tried to bring him down, he will rise up once again, get ahead of him. But of course that didn't happen. Both of them got into UA, and you know what happened the first time they fought each other? Deku beat Bakugo without even using his own quirk. And the words that Bakugo says here, this is where it broke me. Bakugo apologizes to Deku, and he doesn't call him Deku, he calls him by his name. He says, "I'm sorry, Suku." Just thinking about that, my goodness, it makes me want to cry. Throughout the whole story of My Hero Academia, Bakugo has never addressed Deku by his first name. Never. And it's so big that Bakugo apologized to Deku for all the mean things he has done to him. All the things he has said from the beginning is just so big. Bakugo then tells him that the path that he's taking of one for all to surpass All Might, it's not wrong, but the way he keeps going is just completely insanity. He tells him, like, dude, you're barely conscious, you're like literally almost like a zombie, and that he needs to take a break. He tells him, dude, we'll help you reach those heights that you just can't reach right now. He tells him, dude, we'll do it all together, we'll protect everyone at UA, we'll save everyone. And hearing those words, Deku literally apologizes for telling him that they can't keep up. He even like starts thinking, like, it's not me that's ahead, it's them who are ahead of me. Deku like literally apologizes, and he finally collapses, and Bakugo just catches him in his arms, and he's like, I know. We then see Yajirozu. Okay, the first plan is complete, to find Deku, bring him to UA, but the next plan is not gonna be very easy, and I could already see that. Deku barely wakes up and he sees the UA sign, and we finally see the face of a hero that I've been dying to see. 13, finally we see her face, which is something I've been thinking about. How does 13 look exactly? And finally we see her face, and 13 explains the situation that's happening. It says that nearly every citizen is like evacuated into schools like this, and because of Deku's efforts to, you know, keep everyone safe, rescue the civilians, even the anti-hero extremists, there's hardly any really dangerous criminals out there. So they all have Deku to thank for his efforts of going solo. And we see the huge wall that's protecting UA. They explain it also runs all the way to Shiketsu High School, well, the other academy. So I'm like, oh wow, it's pretty powerful. But Deku, as he's barely waking up, regaining his consciousness, he's like, this is a bad idea. And we see that it's getting pretty loud, and as soon as Deku enters the gates, we see a bunch of civilians protesting Deku's arrival. They don't want him there. They think because Shigaraki is looking for him, they think Deku is a danger to the school. And it's pretty sad that Deku, who has literally sacrificed his everything for these people to be saved, they don't even want him. It's pretty heartbreaking. I mean, we even see President Mai try to control the crowd, but it's no use. And we see Deku just seeing this, people don't want him around. He's like, he's about ready to leave, but Uraraka grabs his hand. He's like, no, we're not letting you go. And I'm like, thank God, don't let him go. And the words that Uraraka says at the end of the chapter, and it literally brings you back to those early chapters, you know, where they had the training arc with Class 1B, we see a little bit of Uraraka's thoughts about who saves the heroes who are in pain, and Uraraka thinks the same thing. I'm like, and literally throughout all these chapters I thought about Uraraka's words, who saves the heroes who are hurting. And we see the conclusion. I wonder what's gonna happen next. It was a pretty tough chapter, very emotional, and I'm glad Bakugo finally apologized for all the things he has done to Deku, and literally made me love the character Bakugo even more. Like, the development he's been getting is just been amazing. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you then.